Across the vast expanse of time and the immense stretches of the Asian continent, there exists a world of enigmas that defy explanation. Imagine places where ancient scripts whisper secrets that no one has ever understood, or stories of entire civilizations that once thrived and then vanished without a trace. Today, we're diving deep into 30 of the most captivating mysteries that Asia holds, a journey through lost cities buried beneath the waves, artifacts shrouded in secrets, and legends that blur the line between history and mythology. From the bustling streets of ancient metropolises to the quiet solitude of remote deserts, these unsolved puzzles span cultures, millennia, and civilizations, each bringing a piece of history that refuses to unveil its truth. So, buckle up for a voyage across eras, from the earliest dawn of human ingenuity to the echoes of great empires, to explore the stories that still perplex scholars, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. By the end of this odyssey, one thing will be clear: Asia's mysteries are not just a window to the past, but a reminder of how much there is still to uncover in our shared human story. Now, turning to the first mystery, we delve into the captivating enigma of the Indus Valley Script. The Indus Valley Civilization, one of the earliest and most advanced civilizations in history, thrived over 4,000 years ago in what is now modern-day Pakistan and northwestern India. This ancient society left behind complex urban centers, evidence of sophisticated trade networks, and a writing system that continues to baffle experts. The inscriptions, often found on small seals made of stone or terracotta, showcase intricate symbols and illustrations, but their meaning remains elusive. Despite decades of study, linguists, archaeologists, and cryptographers have yet to decipher this script. Unlike other ancient writing systems like Egyptian hieroglyphs or Mesopotamian cuneiform, which were cracked using bilingual texts such as the Rosetta Stone, the Indus script offers no such comparative tool. Some theories propose it represents an early Dravidian language, while others argue it might not even be a true written language but rather a system of symbols used for trade or religious purposes. Adding to the mystery, the script abruptly disappears from history, much like the civilization itself, leaving behind questions about what catastrophic event led to the collapse of such a complex society. The Indus Valley Script is not just a puzzle of letters, it is a key to understanding a culture that helped shape the foundations of human civilization and still leaves us guessing its secrets. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we turn to an ancient myth from China that tells the tale of the mysterious 9 tribes. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we dive into the haunting enigma of the 9 tribes of ancient China. These tribes, often mentioned in early Chinese legends and historical texts, were said to inhabit vast regions beyond the growing influence of early Chinese dynasties. The 9 tribes are a recurring element in tales dating back to over 3,000 years ago, where they are portrayed as both allies and adversaries of ancient Chinese rulers. According to some accounts, these tribes played a crucial role in the rise of the Xia, Shang, and Zhou dynasties, often engaging in trade, war, or cultural exchanges. Yet over time, their presence in the historical narrative vanishes without explanation. Were they absorbed into the dynasties they interacted with, leaving no distinct trace? Or did they migrate to distant lands, becoming part of other civilizations? Perhaps they fell victim to natural disasters, plagues, or conflicts that erased them from history entirely. Adding to the intrigue are the theories that link the 9 tribes to the semi-mythical Dongyi people, a group often described as having their own advanced culture yet overshadowed by the dominant dynasties. The absence of solid archaeological evidence leaves modern historians and archaeologists to piece together their story from fragmented records and oral traditions. This mystery not only sparks curiosity about these enigmatic tribes, but also offers a glimpse into a forgotten chapter of early Chinese history where myth and fact blur into one. Moving forward, we venture into the steppes of Mongolia to seek answers about the long-lost tomb of one of history's most formidable conquerors, Genghis Khan. Moving forward, we step into the vast and rugged steppes of Mongolia to confront one of history's most perplexing mysteries, the lost tomb of Genghis Khan. Revered as one of the most formidable conquerors the world has ever known, Genghis Khan forged an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. Yet, despite his monumental legacy, the location of his final resting place has eluded discovery for almost 800 years. According to historical accounts and Mongolian oral traditions, extraordinary measures were taken to conceal his burial site. It is said that after his death in 1227, his funeral procession deliberately erased their tracks. Soldiers reportedly killed anyone who encountered the convoy, ensuring that no one could follow. Some tales even claim that the river Anon was diverted to flow over his grave, hiding it beneath its waters. The secrecy surrounding Genghis Khan's burial stems from Mongolia's deep cultural reverence for him, as many believe his grave should remain undisturbed to this day. In modern times, the search for his tomb has captivated archaeologists and researchers worldwide. Advanced technologies like satellite imaging have been employed to scan the vast Mongolian terrain for anomalies that might point to an ancient burial site. While these efforts have uncovered fascinating archaeological features, none have conclusively revealed the tomb. Intriguingly, some researchers suspect that the tomb lies within the sacred Kentai Mountains, a region closely associated with Genghis Khan's lineage and his spiritual connection to the land. However, this area is protected by law with strict prohibitions against excavation, adding another layer of complexity to this enduring mystery. The stories, theories, and debates surrounding Genghis Khan's tomb provide not only a window into the Mongol Empire's extraordinary past, but also a testament to the enduring mystique of its founder. As we leave Mongolia behind, our journey now takes us to the heart of Sri Lanka, where an ancient and enigmatic rock fortress known as Sigiriya awaits to challenge our understanding of history. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive at the captivating Sigiriya rock fortress in the heart of Sri Lanka, a towering marvel shrouded in both beauty and mystery. Rising nearly 200 meters above the surrounding plains, this ancient rock formation is more than just a natural wonder. It is a testament to the ingenuity and vision of an enigmatic civilization. Sigiriya, often referred to as the Lion Rock, due to the massive lion-shaped gateway that once adorned its ascent, is believed to have been constructed during the reign of King Kashyapa in the 5th century. Yet its true purpose remains hotly debated among scholars to this day. Was it a fortified palace built as a symbol of power and dominance, a serene Buddhist monastery designed for spiritual retreat, or a combination of these? The clues left behind offer tantalizing glimpses but no definitive answers. One of the most perplexing features of Sigiriya is its advanced hydraulic system. Despite its age, the complex network of reservoirs, canals, and fountains displays an astonishing level of technical sophistication. How did the ancient engineers manage to create a system capable of channeling and conserving water that still functions in some capacity even today? This unanswered question has led some to speculate that Sigiriya's creators possessed knowledge far ahead of their time. Adding to the mystery are the stunning frescoes that adorn the rock's western face, depicting graceful figures and vibrant imagery thought to represent celestial beings or royal attendants. The precise identity of these figures, as well as the full extent of their symbolic significance, remains an open question. Why were these images created, and why do some appear unfinished, as if abandoned mid-process? Furthermore, the inscriptions known as the Sigiri graffiti, etched by visitors over the centuries, add an extra layer of intrigue, providing insights into how this site captivated those who came here long after its original inhabitants vanished. Whether Sigiriya served as a royal throne of power, a sanctuary of peace, or something else entirely, the full story of this extraordinary site continues to elude us. What we do know is that Sigiriya stands as a cultural and architectural masterpiece, drawing countless visitors and researchers every year, all eager to unravel its secrets. As we leave the mysteries of Sri Lanka's Lion Rock behind, our path now leads us to the heart of Central Asia, where the Phaistos Disk beckons with its own enigmatic tale. Now turning to the mysterious heart of Central Asia, we encounter the Phaistos Disk, an artifact that has puzzled archaeologists and linguists alike for over a century. Discovered in the early 20th century within the ruins of the Minoan Palace at Phaistos on the island of Crete, the disk is often linked to Central Asia due to theories suggesting it may have been brought there through ancient trade routes. This fired clay object, roughly 15 centimeters in diameter, is inscribed on both sides with a sequence of intricate symbols pressed into the clay using stamps, making it one of the earliest known examples of movable type. Yet, despite decades of study, no one has successfully deciphered its enigmatic script, nor has a similar artifact ever been found elsewhere, leaving experts to question its origins, purpose, and even authenticity. Some propose it may have served as a talisman, an ancient game board, or even a religious or ceremonial artifact. Others consider the possibility that it might be a clever hoax, though the historical context of its discovery makes such claims difficult to substantiate. Adding to its allure, the symbols on the disk, which include depictions of humans, animals, plants, and abstract patterns, suggest that it could represent an unknown language or a symbolic code. Does it record a lost epic, an inventory, a prayer, or perhaps something entirely beyond modern comprehension? The absence of any other artifact resembling the Phaistos Disk in style or content only deepens the mystery. As scholars continue to analyze its markings and speculate on its origins, the Phaistos Disk remains a tantalizing puzzle, a silent witness to an ancient story that refuses to reveal itself. With this enigma lingering in our minds, we now journey to the submerged ruins of Dwarka, an ancient city tied to myth and legend beneath the waters of the Arabian Sea. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we dive into the depths of the Arabian Sea to uncover the secrets of the lost city of Dwarka. Shrouded in the mists of myth and history, Dwarka is often described in Hindu mythology as the opulent capital of Lord Krishna, a deity revered in Indian tradition. According to ancient texts, this legendary city was said to have been built by divine architects and later submerged beneath the ocean after Krishna's departure from the mortal world. For centuries, Dwarka's existence was dismissed as pure legend, a tale meant to inspire awe rather than historical inquiry. But in the 20th century, a series of underwater archaeological explorations off the coast of Gujarat reignited the debate. Divers discovered a network of stone structures, some dating back over 9,000 years, that seemed to align with descriptions from ancient scriptures. These findings included foundations of walls, paved floors, and remnants of what appeared to be docks and reservoirs, suggesting a highly sophisticated urban layout that predates many known ancient civilizations. The architectural features and the proximity to the ancient Gomti River mentioned in Hindu epics provide intriguing parallels to the mythical accounts. However, not everyone is convinced. Many scholars argue that these ruins could belong to an entirely different settlement, unrelated to the Krishna legend, or could even be natural formations misinterpreted as man-made. The absence of definitive inscriptions or artifacts directly linking the ruins to Krishna's era leaves the mystery open to interpretation. Does this lost city provide a glimpse into an advanced culture that flourished and vanished long before recorded history? Or is it merely a case of myth interwoven with scattered historical truths? As researchers continue to explore these submerged ruins using advanced technology like sonar mapping and underwater robotics, Dwarka remains a captivating enigma, challenging the boundaries between myth and history. And now, as the mysteries of Dwarka linger in our thoughts, we turn our attention to the awe-inspiring but tragic tale of the fall of Ayutthaya, a magnificent Thai kingdom whose treasures and secrets have eluded discovery for centuries. As we now turn to the tale of Ayutthaya, we step into the heart of a once glorious kingdom that stood as a beacon of culture, trade, and power in Southeast Asia for over 4 centuries. The kingdom of Ayutthaya, located in present-day Thailand, flourished with its grand palaces, intricate temples, and bustling markets, drawing traders and emissaries from across the globe. But in 1767, this thriving empire met its devastating end at the hands of invading Burmese forces. The city was reduced to ashes, its treasures seized, and its cultural heritage scattered to oblivion. Among the countless artifacts looted were intricate gold sculptures, sacred Buddhist relics, and manuscripts chronicling the knowledge and traditions of the era. These treasures, representing not just wealth but the very soul of Ayutthayan identity, have been lost to time, fueling endless speculation about their fate. Some believe they were melted down or hidden by the Burmese, while others suggest that local residents may have concealed them to protect their sacred heritage. Deciphering the truth is no easy task, as records are scarce and the chaos of war left little verifiable evidence. Modern efforts to trace these artifacts have only deepened the mystery, with occasional discoveries of golden Buddha statues and temple ruins offering tantalizing glimpses into the kingdom's opulent past. But these fragments are just pieces of a much larger puzzle. The ruins of Ayutthaya, now an UNESCO World Heritage Site, serve as a haunting reminder of the splendor that once was and the enduring questions surrounding its untold stories. What priceless treasures might still lie buried beneath the soil or hidden in forgotten corners of the world? As the search continues, Ayutthaya remains an enduring symbol of the fragility of human accomplishments in the face of conflict. With this poignant reflection on Ayutthaya's tragic downfall, we now journey deeper into Asia, uncovering yet another ancient mystery, the enigma of the Tarim mummies and their puzzling origins. Now turning to the mysterious Tarim mummies, we find ourselves in the remote expanse of the Tarim Basin in present-day China, a region known for its harsh desert landscapes and extreme climate. It was here, in this unforgiving environment, that some of the most stunning archaeological discoveries of the 20th century were uncovered. Remarkably well-preserved mummies, some dating back as far as 4,000 years. What makes these mummies particularly intriguing is not just their state of preservation but their startlingly European features, including elongated faces, high cheekbones, and light-colored hair, which starkly contrast with the traditional features of the region's modern inhabitants. This discovery has prompted countless questions about their origins and the journeys that might have brought them to this isolated corner of Asia. Were they part of an ancient migration, traders traveling along early routes that predated the Silk Road, or members of a lost civilization with connections to Europe? The artifacts found alongside the mummies add another layer to the mystery. Intricate textiles bearing patterns and weaving techniques reminiscent of those found in ancient Europe, along with items such as bronze mirrors and wooden tools, suggest a highly sophisticated culture with far-reaching connections. Scholars have long debated the implications of these discoveries. Some argue that these mummies are evidence of early cultural exchange between East and West, painting a picture of interconnected civilizations far earlier than previously thought. Others propose that these individuals represent a distinct and isolated culture, unique to the Tarim Basin and shaped by its challenging environment. Despite numerous studies, the exact origins and lineage of these people remain elusive, as does the role they may have played in the broader tapestry of ancient history. The dry, arid conditions of the region have been both a boon and a curse to researchers. While the climate has preserved the mummies with astonishing detail, it has also made excavation and research efforts extremely challenging. DNA analysis has provided some clues, revealing genetic links to populations in Central Asia and Europe, but the full story is far from clear. Each new discovery raises as many questions as it answers, deepening the intrigue surrounding these ancient inhabitants of the Tarim Basin. What drove them to settle in such a harsh environment? How did they sustain themselves in a land so unforgiving? And what might their preserved bodies and belongings reveal about the ancient world and its hidden connections? As researchers continue to probe these questions, the Tarim mummies challenge our understanding of early human migration and cultural interaction, serving as a poignant reminder of how much remains to be uncovered about our shared past. With these haunting figures still shrouded in mystery, we now move forward to yet another enigma from the distant past, a journey to Easter Island and the undeciphered Rongorongo script, which continues to puzzle linguists and historians alike. As the next challenge unfolds, we journey to the remote and mysterious Easter Island, known locally as Rapa Nui. While geographically positioned in the southeastern Pacific Ocean, its cultural connections to Asia have intrigued historians for generations. At the heart of this mystery lies the Rongorongo script, an undeciphered system of glyphs etched into wooden tablets, which stands as one of the greatest unresolved puzzles of linguistic history. The Rongorongo inscriptions, filled with intricate symbols depicting human figures, animals, and abstract designs, have left scholars debating their purpose and origin for over a century. Were they a form of writing, a system of proto-linguistic record-keeping, or perhaps a sacred code meant only for ritual and religious use? The answers so far remain tantalizingly out of reach. One theory suggests that the Rongorongo tablets represent a lost writing system, possibly influenced by or developed independently alongside early Asian scripts. Connections to Asia have been proposed based on linguistic similarities and cultural exchanges, though direct evidence remains elusive. The glyphs have resisted every attempt at interpretation, largely due to the limited number of surviving tablets and the absence of any known translation or key, akin to the Rosetta Stone for Egyptian hieroglyphs. Some researchers believe the script may encode historical events or genealogies of the Rapa Nui people, while others hypothesize it could have been tied to ceremonial practices, with knowledge restricted to an elite class of scribes and priests. Unfortunately, much of the context surrounding the Rongorongo tablets has been lost, partly due to the devastating effects of colonization and the subsequent erosion of Rapa Nui's oral traditions. The surviving artifacts, scattered across museums and private collections worldwide, offer only fragments of a much larger cultural landscape. Efforts to decipher the script have included comparisons to other undeciphered texts and modern computational analysis, but the results have yielded more speculation than clarity. Adding to the enigma, some scholars argue that Rongorongo may not even represent language in the conventional sense, but rather symbolic or mnemonic aids used to guide oral recitation. The story of Rongorongo is also a poignant reminder of the fragility of cultural heritage. Many tablets were reportedly destroyed or repurposed during periods of hardship on the island, leaving us with fewer than 30 known examples today. The glyphs, carved with painstaking detail, stand as silent witnesses to a lost tradition, linking the Polynesian narrative to the broader story of human innovation and survival. Whether or not the script is ever deciphered, it underscores the incredible complexity of ancient societies and their capacity for creating systems of communication that transcended their isolation. As we ponder the cryptic marks of Rongorongo, we are reminded of how little we truly understand about the mechanisms of early writing and the interconnectedness of global cultures. With this unsolved linguistic puzzle still teasing the minds of researchers, let us now turn to another compelling story, one of curses, invasions, and unshakable legends. Our next stop brings us to Uzbekistan and the infamous curse of Timur's tomb. Now turning to the heart of Central Asia, we arrive in Uzbekistan, where the story of Timur's tomb takes a chilling turn into the realm of curses and legend. Timur, also known as Tamerlane, was a formidable conqueror of the 14th century, whose empire stretched across vast regions of Asia, leaving behind tales of both fearsome power and architectural splendor. His mausoleum, the Koh-i-Noor, located in Samarkand, is a stunning example of Timurid architecture, adorned with intricate mosaics and crowned by a majestic blue dome. However, this site is not merely a testament to his legacy, it is also rumored to carry a curse that has captivated imaginations for decades. The legend of the curse gained international attention in 1941 when Soviet archaeologists decided to excavate Timur's tomb. According to accounts, an inscription reportedly etched on the tomb warned that disturbing his resting place would unleash a terrible calamity upon the world. Despite the ominous warning, the excavation proceeded, and on June 22, 1941, shortly after Timur's remains were uncovered, Adolf Hitler launched a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. This coincidence fueled speculation that the opening of the tomb had indeed triggered the disaster, lending credence to the curse's eerie reputation. Yet the story doesn't end there. As the tides of war turned against the Germans, the Soviet Union decided to return Timur's remains to the tomb and conduct a proper reburial ceremony complete with Islamic rites. Not long after this act of restitution, the Soviet forces achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Stalingrad, further intensifying the belief that Timur's curse had been appeased. These uncanny alignments between historical events and the timing of the excavation have continued to fuel debates about whether the curse was real or simply a coincidence blown out of proportion. Skeptics argue that the story of the curse is merely a product of folklore and sensationalism. They point out that the invasion was likely planned long before the tomb was excavated, and there is no hard evidence linking the two events. Additionally, some historians suggest the inscription warning of calamity could have been a later fabrication, intended to add drama to the narrative. Despite these rational explanations, the tale of Timur's tomb remains an enduring mystery, blending history and superstition in a way that continues to fascinate. The Koh-i-Noor itself, with its intricate artistry and cultural significance, serves as a powerful reminder of the grandeur of the Timurid dynasty. Whether or not the curse holds any truth, the legend surrounding it demonstrates the deep respect and fear associated with the memory of such a formidable figure. As we leave the shadow of Timur's alleged curse behind, another enigma awaits us, one buried deep in the mountains of China, tied to ancient disks and theories of extraterrestrial origins. Let us now shift our focus to the mysterious Bayan Kara Ula disks. Now turning to the remote and rugged Bayan Kara Ula mountains in China, we encounter an enigma that has sparked debates spanning decades: the mysterious Dwarka stones. First reported in the early 20th century, these strange, disc-shaped artifacts were purportedly discovered during an archaeological expedition in a secluded cave system within this mountainous region. Each stone is said to measure around 1 foot in diameter, with a perfect circular shape and a small hole at its center, resembling an ancient record. What sets them apart are the puzzling inscriptions etched into their surfaces, spiral grooves that some claim contain microscopic hieroglyphs, unlike any known language or script. The lore surrounding the Dwarka stones grew more intriguing as theories emerged about their origins. One particularly controversial hypothesis suggests that the stones may hold evidence of extraterrestrial contact. According to some accounts, the inscriptions, when allegedly translated by a Chinese professor in the mid-20th century, tell the story of a spacecraft that crashed in the region thousands of years ago. The writings supposedly describe a group of alien beings referred to as the Dwarka who found refuge in the mountains. Over time, they were said to have integrated with local tribes, leaving behind these enigmatic disks as a record of their journey and existence. Skeptics, however, cast doubt on the authenticity of these claims, arguing that no physical evidence of the stones has been made widely available for independent analysis. Furthermore, the translation of the so-called inscriptions lacks credible verification, leading many to dismiss the story as a modern myth or even a deliberate hoax. Despite the lack of concrete proof, the tale of the Dwarka stones continues to intrigue researchers and enthusiasts, blending elements of science fiction with ancient history in a fascinating yet contentious narrative. Adding to the mystery is the region itself. Bayan Kara Ula's landscape, with its high-altitude isolation and labyrinth of caves, is shrouded in a sense of the unknown. This natural barrier may have preserved secrets of early human or perhaps otherworldly activity that we have yet to uncover. Whether the Dwarka stones are relics of an advanced ancient civilization, pieces of an elaborate forgery, or something entirely unknown, they serve as a reminder of how much remains to be explored and understood about our shared past. As we leave the rugged beauty of Bayan Kara Ula behind, our journey takes us to the breathtaking Bamiyan Valley in Afghanistan, where colossal statues once stood as symbols of devotion and artistic achievement before falling victim to both time and tragedy. Now turning to the Bamiyan Valley in Afghanistan, we are met with a legacy of awe-inspiring craftsmanship and spiritual devotion, woven into a mystery that has captivated historians for centuries. Once home to two colossal Buddha statues carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, this site was a flourishing center of Buddhist culture and a vital crossroads along the ancient Silk Road. Towering at heights of over 150 and 120 feet respectively, the statues stood as silent guardians of the valley for over a millennium, their grandeur evident in the intricate detailing that adorned them. However, questions still linger: who are the masterful artisans behind these magnificent sculptures, and what drove their creation in this remote and rugged landscape? The origins of the Bamiyan Buddhas trace back to somewhere between the 5th and 7th centuries. Scholars believe the statues symbolized the spread of Buddhism through Central Asia, serving as a beacon for pilgrims and travelers along this important trading route. Yet, the exact identities of the artists or patrons responsible for this monumental effort remain shrouded in mystery. Some theories suggest the involvement of highly skilled local craftsmen influenced by the artistic styles of India, China, and the Greco-Bactrian world, reflecting the valley's historical role as a melting pot of cultures. But there is also speculation about whether these statues were commissioned by Buddhist monks as part of a larger spiritual complex, or if they were funded by wealthy patrons seeking to demonstrate their devotion and gain spiritual merit. Adding another layer of intrigue are the numerous caves surrounding the statues, which once housed monks and contained elaborate wall paintings. These caves hold clues to the region's vibrant past, with some researchers speculating that hidden treasures or ancient manuscripts might still lie undiscovered within them. Could these manuscripts reveal more about the people who lived there or their beliefs? Or might they even rewrite parts of history as we know it? Unfortunately, the chances of uncovering such secrets became slimmer in 2001, when the statues were tragically destroyed, an act that not only obliterated priceless cultural heritage but also left us with an irreplaceable void in the narrative of this ancient kingdom. Despite this devastating loss, efforts to preserve and study the Bamiyan Valley continue. Archaeologists and historians alike are piecing together its story through surviving artifacts, architectural remnants, and ancient texts. The Bamiyan Buddhas may be gone, but their legacy endures, leaving behind an aura of mystery that draws us to learn more about this lost Buddhist kingdom. As we step away from the echo of these towering figures, we journey north to China's arid Taklamakan Desert, where ancient secrets are buried beneath layers of sand in a tale of mummies, trade, and cultural convergence. Now turning to the vast expanse of China's Taklamakan Desert, we uncover an astonishing discovery that has puzzled researchers and defied conventional historical narratives. Beneath the arid sands of this forbidding landscape lie the remarkably well-preserved remains of individuals whose origins challenge our understanding of ancient migrations and cultural exchange. Known as the Taklamakan Desert Mummies, these individuals date back as far as 4,000 years and exhibit physical features more commonly associated with European populations. This has sparked questions surrounding who they were, where they came from, and how they came to inhabit such a remote corner of Asia. The mummies' astonishing state of preservation is largely thanks to the desert's extreme dryness, which naturally mummified their remains. Clad in intricate clothing made of colorful wool, felt, and leather, they offer a glimpse of a highly skilled society with advanced textile-making techniques. Alongside the mummies, researchers have unearthed objects such as wooden tools, woven baskets, and even cheese, each artifact serving as a window into their daily lives. Yet, among these discoveries, the most perplexing question remains: were these people connected to the ancient Silk Road long before it officially came into existence, or did they represent an isolated community far removed from other civilizations? One theory suggests these individuals might have been part of a migratory group that bridged east and west, facilitating early cultural exchanges along pre-Silk Road trade routes. This idea is supported by the diverse artifacts found with the mummies, which show influences from multiple regions. For instance, certain patterns on textiles resemble those seen in Central Asia, while other burial goods hint at connections with early agricultural societies in the Middle East. Alternatively, some researchers speculate that these mummies represent an entirely independent civilization that developed unique customs and traditions, only later interacting with surrounding cultures. Adding to the mystery are the linguistic clues found on objects near their burial sites. Some artifacts bear marks or symbols resembling early scripts, though experts have yet to decipher their meaning. Could these writings reveal the language spoken by this enigmatic community, or provide insights into their trade, beliefs, or migration patterns? As researchers continue to study these ancient remains and their belongings, each new discovery raises as many questions as it answers, deepening the intrigue surrounding this hidden chapter of history. The Taklamakan Desert Mummies stand as a testament to the complexity of human history and the uncharted connections between ancient cultures. Their existence challenges traditional narratives, reminding us that history is far more intricate than we may ever fully understand. As we leave the wind-swept sands of Taklamakan behind, our journey takes us to the northeast of Asia, where the search for a lost capital invites us into the heart of the mysterious Khitan Empire. As the next chapter of our journey unfolds, we venture into the enigmatic history of the Khitan Empire, a powerful dynasty that once ruled vast swaths of Northeast Asia. At the heart of this ancient mystery lies Balkhi, a city that is believed to have served as the empire's capital, yet its precise location has baffled historians and archaeologists for generations. Despite references in historical texts and records from neighboring civilizations, no one has definitively pinpointed where this elusive city stood, leaving its existence shrouded in uncertainty. The Khitan Empire, known for its sophisticated governance and cultural achievements, flourished from the 10th to the 12th centuries, exerting influence over territories spanning modern-day China, Mongolia, and parts of Russia. Balkhi was described as a grand and prosperous capital, a hub of politics, trade, and culture that reflected the empire's strength. However, unlike other prominent historical sites, physical evidence of Balkhi has yet to emerge from the landscape, fueling speculation and debate about its whereabouts. Some scholars propose that Balkhi might have been located near the Amma River, where other remnants of Khitan settlements have been found. Others theorize that the city could be hidden beneath modern urban developments, lost to time and progress. There are even suggestions that Balkhi might have been a mobile or seasonal capital, moving to different locations based on political or environmental needs. Each hypothesis brings with it new angles to explore, but none have provided conclusive evidence. Part of the challenge in locating Balkhi is the scarcity of detailed Khitan records. Much of what we know about this empire comes from neighboring dynasties such as the Song and the Goryeo, whose perspectives might have been limited or biased. Additionally, the region's harsh climate and rugged terrain have made extensive archaeological exploration difficult, leaving vast areas unexplored. Adding to the intrigue are the cultural artifacts and inscriptions left behind by the Khitan people, which have been found scattered across northern Asia. These remnants showcase the empire's distinct language, art, and craftsmanship, but offer little concrete information about Balhae's location. Could these scattered traces hold the key to unlocking the city's secrets, or will they only deepen the mystery? The search for Balhae is not just an archaeological quest, it is also a journey into understanding the legacy of the Khitan Empire and its influence on the history of Northeast Asia. Each new discovery has the potential to rewrite what we know about this fascinating civilization, but for now, the lost capital remains hidden, a silent witness to the passage of time. From the windswept plains of the Khitan Empire, we now travel further east to explore the legendary craftsmanship of a swordmaker whose creations transcended mere weapons, entering the realm of myth and legend. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the fascinating tale of Masamune, Japan's most celebrated swordsmith, and the enduring mystery of one of his greatest creations, the Honjo Masamune. Renowned for forging blades of unparalleled quality and craftsmanship during the Kamakura period, Masamune's swords were not merely weapons but masterpieces that symbolized the warrior's spirit and the cultural essence of samurai Japan. Among his many legendary works, the Honjo Masamune stands out, a sword that has captivated historians and collectors alike, both for its historical significance and its mysterious disappearance after World War II. The Honjo Masamune is named after General Honjo Shigenaga, who wielded it in the late 16th century during a fierce battle where it was said to have deflected an enemy blade and secured his victory. Passed down through generations of samurai, the sword eventually became a symbol of the Tokugawa shogunate, embodying authority and power at the height of feudal Japan. Its legacy as a national treasure continued until the political upheaval of the mid-20th century, when the cultural fabric of Japan was forever altered by the events of World War II. In the aftermath of the war, during Japan's occupation by Allied forces, thousands of samurai swords were confiscated, collected, or handed over by families as part of the disarmament process. It is believed that the Honjo Masamune was among these, reportedly given up by the Tokugawa family in the late 1940s. Records indicate that the sword was handed over to an Australian soldier named Colonel Coldham, who may have taken it out of the country. Beyond this point, however, the trail goes cold and the whereabouts of the Honjo Masamune remain unknown. Theories about what became of the sword abound. Some suggest it could be in a private collection, hidden away by a collector unaware of its historical importance. Others believe it may have been lost or destroyed, swept aside in the chaotic aftermath of the war. There are even those who hold out hope that it might one day resurface, offering a tangible link to Japan's storied past. The mystery of the Honjo Masamune is more than just a search for a missing artifact. It represents a quest to reconnect with an essential part of Japan's cultural heritage. Each Masamune blade carries with it a legacy of artistry, innovation, and the unwavering dedication of a craftsman whose work transcended time. As historians and enthusiasts continue to search for the Honjo Masamune, its story remains a poignant reminder of the enduring power of art, history, and the mysteries that connect us to our collective past. Moving forward, we leave the realm of swords and samurai to descend into the depths of Qingdao Lake in China, where a submerged pagoda reveals secrets of history hidden beneath the waves. As the next chapter unfolds, we dive into the tranquil waters of Qingdao Lake in China, where an astonishing secret lies hidden beneath the surface. Known as the Lake of 1,000 Islands, Qingdao Lake was formed in the late 1950s when the valley was flooded to create a reservoir for the Xinan River Dam. Beneath this man-made lake rests an extraordinary relic of history, the ancient city of Shicheng, or the Lion City, along with a remarkable 1,000-year-old pagoda. Submerged and preserved in an underwater world, this site offers a fascinating glimpse into China's past, yet it continues to intrigue researchers with its unresolved mysteries. The ancient pagoda, with its intricate carvings and architectural precision, is a testament to the advanced engineering and artistry of the Eastern Han dynasty. Its design reflects the religious and cultural influences of the time, blending elements of Buddhism and imperial power. Yet, despite its historical significance, the precise reason for its original construction remains a subject of debate among historians. Was it meant to serve as a spiritual sanctuary, a marker of territorial dominance, or perhaps a symbol of cultural prosperity? While the flooding of the valley was a calculated decision to modernize and generate electricity, the project came at a cost. Entire villages, temples, and historical landmarks were submerged, their stories left to the depths. Interestingly, the waters of Koh-i-Noor Lake have acted as a natural time capsule, preserving the Lion City's structures, including the pagoda, in remarkable condition. The pagoda's intricate details, from its dragon carvings to its faded inscriptions, remain astonishingly intact, posing questions about the lives of those who once walked its grounds. Exploring Koh-i-Noor Lake today requires modern technology, including underwater photography and diving equipment, to unveil these submerged wonders. Researchers have mapped the city and the pagoda using sonar and 3D imaging, shedding light on their layout and craftsmanship. However, many questions linger. Did the builders of the pagoda anticipate its lasting legacy, or was it simply one part of a larger, now forgotten cityscape? What secrets do its walls hold about the rituals, beliefs, and daily lives of the people who once gathered there? As the shimmering surface of Koh-i-Noor Lake conceals its treasures, the underwater pagoda stands as a poignant reminder of history's capacity to endure, even in the face of massive change. For now, it remains a gateway to a bygone era, quietly tempting archaeologists and historians to uncover its deeper truths. And so, as we ascend from the depths of Koh-i-Noor Lake, our journey takes us to yet another enigma hidden in the folds of time. This time to the tale of one of the largest rebellions in Chinese history and the mystery of the lost gold of Enlushan. As the next phase of our journey unfolds, we delve into the late Tang dynasty, a period of immense turmoil and upheaval marked by one of the largest rebellions in Chinese history, the Enlushan Rebellion. This devastating conflict, which lasted nearly 8 years, saw empire-shaking battles, staggering casualties, and a fractured dynasty struggling to regain control. Yet, amidst the chaos, one enduring mystery continues to confound historians: the fate of the vast gold reserves amassed by Enlushan, the rebellion's leader. Enlushan, a high-ranking general turned rebel, initially rose to prominence in the Tang court as a favored military commander. However, his ambitions drove him to lead a massive insurrection in the year 755, rallying soldiers and resources to challenge the imperial authority. Historical records suggest that during the height of his rebellion, immense wealth, including gold, jewels, and other treasures, was plundered from the Tang capital and transported by Enlushan's forces. This treasure trove was likely intended to sustain his military campaigns and solidify his power. The mystery of what happened to this gold began after Enlushan's untimely death in 757, just 2 years into the rebellion. Some accounts claim it was hidden by his loyalists to prevent it from falling into enemy hands, while others suggest it was transported to safe locations along retreat routes as his forces lost key battles. Yet, no historical documentation confirms the ultimate whereabouts of this immense fortune. Over the centuries, numerous theories have emerged. One popular idea is that the gold was buried in secret locations in northern China, close to the rebellion's strongholds such as Fanyang or Luoyang. Another theory implies that remnants of the treasure were intercepted and seized by the Tang forces after the rebellion was crushed, though records on this remain vague. The intrigue deepens when considering legends about local villagers in northern China who stumbled upon ancient coins or golden artifacts in remote areas, fueling speculation about buried caches. Modern archaeologists and treasure hunters have explored these theories, scanning regions with advanced tools like ground-penetrating radar, yet no definitive evidence of the gold has been found. Was it concealed in an unmarked tomb, scattered among loyal followers, or perhaps lost in the chaos of the rebellion's downfall? The disappearance of the Lushan gold not only speaks to the material costs of war, but also symbolizes the fleeting nature of power and ambition. It remains a tantalizing mystery, one that bridges the historical and the mythical. And as we close the chapter on this elusive treasure, our journey through Asia's unsolved enigmas takes us now to the heights of Mount Baekdu, where nature, mythology, and ancient secrets converge in the mysteries of the heavenly lake. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we ascend to the awe-inspiring Mount Baekdu, a majestic volcanic peak straddling the border between China and North Korea. Revered as one of the most sacred mountains in East Asia, Mount Baekdu holds deep cultural and spiritual significance for the people of both nations. It is celebrated in Korean mythology as the birthplace of Dangun, the legendary founder of the First Korean Kingdom, and remains a symbol of unity and identity for the Korean people. But beyond its historical and cultural resonance lies a mystery that captivates scientists, adventurers, and mythologists alike: the enigmatic Heavenly Lake, perched within its volcanic caldera. Heavenly Lake, a serene and strikingly blue body of water nestled at the summit, has long been a source of fascination and intrigue. Myths surrounding the lake tell of strange sightings and supernatural occurrences. Among the most enduring legends is that of a mysterious creature lurking beneath the still waters. Stories passed down through generations describe a serpentine figure, occasionally surfacing to the bewilderment of onlookers. While skeptics attribute these tales to optical illusions or misidentifications of natural phenomena, others believe they point to an undiscovered species or something even more extraordinary. Adding to the mystique, the lake's remote location and harsh weather conditions make it challenging to explore thoroughly. Despite modern advancements, comprehensive scientific investigations have been sparse. Occasional expeditions have attempted to probe the depths of Heavenly Lake, employing tools like sonar equipment, but no conclusive evidence of any unusual aquatic life has been found. Yet, the allure of the unknown continues to draw researchers and thrill seekers, each hoping to uncover secrets hidden within the lake's depths. Beyond the mysteries of the lake itself, Mount Baekdu poses another enigma: its volatile geological nature. As an active volcano, it last erupted over 1,000 years ago in one of the most powerful eruptions in recorded history. That event, known as the Millennium Eruption, scattered volcanic ash as far as Japan. Scientists remain puzzled by the mountain's current dormancy, with debates ongoing about whether and when it might erupt again. The duality of Mount Baekdu as both a site of immense natural beauty and potential geological threat adds to its mystifying allure. This sacred and storied peak embodies a unique blend of nature, mythology, and scientific curiosity. As we reflect on the mysteries of Mount Baekdu, its heavenly lake continues to symbolize the boundless depths of the unknown. And as we make our descent from this legendary summit, we step into the ancient realms of the Khmer Empire, exploring the engineering marvels and unanswered questions of the Angkor water systems. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the heart of Cambodia to uncover the mysteries surrounding the ancient Khmer water systems at Angkor. At the height of the Khmer Empire, Angkor was not only a political and cultural powerhouse but also a testament to extraordinary human ingenuity. Its advanced water management systems, stretching across vast networks of canals, reservoirs, and moats, represent engineering achievements that were centuries ahead of their time. These systems were designed not just for irrigation, but to regulate water flow, prevent flooding, and sustain agriculture, supporting one of the largest pre-industrial urban centers in human history. However, despite their brilliance, these water systems harbor questions that remain unresolved to this day. How did the Khmer engineers, with the tools and knowledge available to them, create such a complex and efficient network? And why, after centuries of success, were these systems eventually abandoned? Current research offers some clues but no definitive answers. Archaeologists and historians suggest that environmental changes, such as prolonged droughts or monsoon shifts, may have disrupted the delicate balance of Angkor's water management. Others point to possible political upheaval, resource depletion, or even invasions that could have led to the decline of the infrastructure. Adding to this enigma is the durability of the structures themselves. Despite being over a millennium old, many of the canals, barrages or reservoirs, and moats still remain partially intact and visible even today. Their longevity evokes awe but also raises further questions about the materials and methods used in their construction. Studies of sediment samples and satellite imaging have provided glimpses into their design, but the full extent of the knowledge possessed by Khmer engineers remains elusive. As we walk through the ruins of Angkor, it becomes evident that these water systems were not merely functional but deeply intertwined with the spiritual and cultural life of the Khmer people. The reservoirs, for instance, were often aligned with temples and symbolic of cosmic balance. The largest of them, the West Barrage, spans an astonishing area and holds millions of cubic meters of water, a feat that seems almost impossible for its time. Yet, even as these remnants inspire awe, they remind us of the fragility of human innovation in the face of natural and societal changes. The mystery of why these extraordinary systems were left to fall into disrepair continues to captivate researchers, leaving us to wonder what lessons we might glean from this ancient civilization. As we move forward from the marvels of Angkor, our journey now takes us to the storied lands of Burma, where we unravel the fate of the Emerald Throne, an ancient treasure steeped in intrigue and legend. Now turning to the mysterious lands of Burma, we unravel the enigma surrounding the lost Emerald Throne, a once glorious symbol of power and divinity that has vanished into the depths of history. The Emerald Throne, said to have been a dazzling masterpiece adorned with precious stones and rare metals, was not merely a seat of royalty but an embodiment of Burmese sovereignty and spiritual grandeur. It stood as the centerpiece of the Konbaung dynasty, representing divine authority bestowed upon its rulers. Yet its fate remains one of the most perplexing riddles of Southeast Asian history. Historical accounts suggest that the throne disappeared during the tumultuous periods of war and colonization. Some believe it was dismantled and its treasures looted during British invasions in the 19th century, while others speculate that it was hidden by fleeing royals to protect it from falling into foreign hands. Another theory posits that the throne, with all its opulence, was quietly smuggled out of Burma and eventually lost to time, perhaps sequestered in a private collection or buried in an unknown location. What makes this mystery even more riveting is the absence of conclusive records detailing its final days, leaving historians and treasure hunters alike in a frustrating pursuit of clues. Despite its physical absence, the Emerald Throne continues to live on in Burmese culture and memory. It is frequently referenced in local folklore, where tales of its hidden whereabouts are passed down through generations, fueling both hope and curiosity. Some whisper of secret vaults beneath ancient temples where the throne might rest. Others describe cryptic maps leading to remote forests or caves. These stories echo the resilience of a nation's spirit, clinging to the belief that their lost treasure might one day be found. Modern researchers and explorers have turned to advanced technologies in their quest for the throne, employing ground-penetrating radar, archival analysis, and even underwater exploration, given the throne's alleged ties to regions crisscrossed by rivers and lakes. However, each discovery raises more questions than answers, adding layers to the mystery. Could the throne have been melted down, its jewels repurposed into royal adornments or sold in secret markets? Or does it still exist, waiting to be unearthed in its entirety, hidden in a place that only time will reveal? The allure of the lost emerald throne lies not only in its material value, but in the legacy it represents, a chapter of Burmese history marked by grandeur, resilience, and upheaval. As we ponder its fate, this unsolved mystery invites us to reflect on how treasures of the past are often intertwined with the rise and fall of empires, leaving behind fragments of their stories to captivate the ages. Moving forward, we journey to the Dali Kingdom in the lush terrain of Yunnan, China, to explore the disappearance of a once thriving realm whose records have all but faded into obscurity. Moving forward, we travel to the verdant landscapes of Yunnan, China, where the mystery of the Dali Kingdom unfolds, a flourishing realm that seemingly vanished, leaving behind scant traces of its existence. Once a significant power in the region, the Dali Kingdom ruled from the 10th to the 13th century, acting as a cultural and political bridge between China and Southeast Asia. Renowned for its advanced infrastructure, thriving trade, and Buddhist heritage, the kingdom's influence spanned far beyond its borders. Yet, what became of this once prosperous state remains an enigma, veiled in the mists of history. Historical records allude to the Dali Kingdom's conquest by Kublai Khan's Mongol Empire in the 13th century, a campaign that marked the kingdom's abrupt end. However, details about its integration into the Yuan dynasty are vague, and there is little documentation describing the fate of its rulers, people, or cultural relics. Some speculate that the Mongol invasion was so devastating that it erased much of the kingdom's identity, while others suggest that the kingdom's elite may have assimilated into the new regime, leaving their legacy to dissipate over time. Adding to the mystery is the limited archaeological evidence, with only sparse ruins and fragmented artifacts hinting at the grandeur of what once was. Even more puzzling is the disappearance of the kingdom's historical records. Unlike other contemporaneous civilizations whose chronicles were preserved, the Dali Kingdom's written history has nearly vanished. Did these records perish in the fires of war, or were they deliberately obliterated to erase the memory of a conquered people? Some theorists propose that the kingdom's lineage of Buddhist scholars might have hidden key texts in remote monasteries, safeguarding their spiritual and cultural heritage from invaders. These ideas ignite the imagination, driving researchers and historians to piece together the fragmented puzzle. What remains of the Dali Kingdom today are primarily myths, oral traditions, and scattered ruins, such as the ancient city walls of Dali and its famed 3 pagodas. These architectural marvels stand as silent witnesses to the region's historical significance, offering faint glimpses into a civilization that once thrived. Yet, they raise questions as much as they provide answers. How did a kingdom of such influence leave behind such a faint imprint? As modern archaeologists and historians delve deeper into this riddle, they rely on cutting-edge technology and collaborations with local communities to uncover hidden sites and decode the remnants of the kingdom's past. Despite these efforts, the story of the Dali Kingdom largely remains untold, a haunting reminder of how the passage of time can obscure even the most vibrant civilizations. As we ponder the kingdom's fate, we turn our attention to a stunning marvel of craftsmanship carved into the mountains of China, the Yungang Grottos, a site whose incomplete caves pose their own set of unanswered questions. Now turning to the breathtaking Yungang Grottos, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that embodies the grandeur of ancient Buddhist artistry, we encounter yet another enigma shrouded in the mists of history. Situated near the city of Datong in northern China, this remarkable complex of caves boasts over 50,000 statues, ranging from towering Buddhas to intricate carvings of celestial beings. These grottos date back to the 5th and 6th centuries, serving as a testament to the fusion of cultural influences along the Silk Road, from Indian Buddhist traditions to Chinese artistic sensibilities. However, amid the splendor of this site, a puzzling question looms large: why were some caves left unfinished? Scholars and historians have proposed various theories to explain the abrupt halt in their construction. One possibility points to political instability during the Northern Wei dynasty, under which the grottos were carved. The empire underwent multiple upheavals, including shifts in power and the eventual relocation of its capital, which might have diverted resources and labor away from the project. Furthermore, the adoption of Taoism and Confucianism by the ruling elite during later periods may have led to a waning interest in funding Buddhist endeavors, leaving these magnificent caves incomplete. Another theory suggests that resource shortages, such as a lack of skilled artisans or material supplies, could have compelled workers to abandon their efforts. Carving such colossal statues and intricate designs required immense labor and precision, which might have become unsustainable over time, especially as priorities shifted. Additionally, some experts speculate that changes in religious priorities or dynastic policies influenced the cessation of work, as Buddhism faced periods of suppression and revival throughout Chinese history. To this day, the unfinished caves offer more questions than answers. Were they intended for purposes that remain undefined, or did unforeseen circumstances cut short their realization? These partially carved spaces reveal faint outlines of what could have been, igniting curiosity about the creative vision of the artisans and the cultural dynamics of their era. While mysteries swirl around the incomplete sections, the completed grottos speak loudly of the devotion and craftsmanship that went into their creation. Visitors today are awestruck by the sheer scale and detail of these ancient carvings, which narrate stories of faith, power, and artistic brilliance. Yet the unanswered questions about the grotto's unfinished state continue to fuel research, employing methods like 3D imaging and archaeological surveys to uncover more details about this historical marvel. As we close the chapter on the enigmatic Yungan grottos and their silent carvings, we journey next to Pakistan, where the tale of the Persian princess unfolds, a story of intrigue, deception, and an unexpected twist in the search for historical truth. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we find ourselves in Pakistan, diving into the perplexing tale of the so-called Persian princess. This story began in the year 2000 when local authorities in Balochistan stumbled upon what appeared to be the mummified remains of a woman, adorned with elaborate jewelry and sealed within a gilded sarcophagus. An inscription declared her to be a Persian princess, the daughter of King Xerxes, who reigned over the Achaemenid Empire thousands of years ago. News of this extraordinary discovery spread like wildfire, capturing the imaginations of historians and archaeologists worldwide. Could this unassuming find rewrite history by offering a rare glimpse into the ancient Persian world? Initial examinations of the mummy and its artifacts seem to confirm its authenticity. Her regal appearance, along with the script-filled plaque claiming her royal lineage, hinted at historical significance. However, suspicions quickly emerged. Experts began noticing inconsistencies in the materials used, the style of the inscriptions, and the embalming techniques applied to the body. For one, the process of mummification was not a Persian practice but rather an Egyptian one, raising red flags about the object's true origins. As investigations continued, the story unraveled, revealing a shocking twist. Forensic analysis determined that the body did not date back thousands of years as claimed. Instead, it was discovered to be a modern forgery, with the mummified remains belonging to a woman who had died only a few decades earlier. This revelation shifted attention from the artifact itself to a new mystery: who had orchestrated this elaborate hoax and for what purpose. Theories about the motive behind this forgery abound. Some suggest it was an attempt to create a lucrative black market artifact, as ancient relics fetch high prices in the illegal trade. Others believe it was meant to stir political intrigue, possibly tying the Achaemenid heritage to the area for cultural or ideological claims. Whoever was behind it, the creation of such a detailed and convincing forgery required significant resources and knowledge, pointing to a well-organized operation rather than amateur effort. Questions also linger about the tragic fate of the deceased woman whose body was used in this deception. Was she an unwitting victim of an unscrupulous scheme? Despite the hoax being exposed, the story of the Persian princess remains both a cautionary tale and a compelling enigma. It highlights the dangers faced by cultural heritage in regions rich in history but vulnerable to plundering and exploitation. The case continues to inspire debate among historians, archaeologists, and even policymakers, serving as a reminder of the ethical dilemmas surrounding the preservation and authentication of historical artifacts. As we leave behind the intrigue of the Persian princess, our journey presses on toward the sands of Arabia, where the mythical city of Iram of the Pillars awaits, a tale as ancient as time itself, wrapped in the whispers of the Quran and the mysteries of the desert. Now turning to the sands of Arabia, we uncover the legend of Iram of the Pillars, a city said to have been built by the ancient people of the desert and mentioned in the Quran as a place of unparalleled grandeur. Descriptions of Iram speak of towering columns, advanced architecture, and immense wealth, earning it the nickname Atlantis of the Sands. But unlike Atlantis, Iram is interwoven with both historical accounts and religious texts, blurring the line between myth and reality. According to the Quran, the people of Iram became arrogant and disobedient, leading to their ultimate punishment by divine intervention, which buried the city beneath the desert sands. For centuries, explorers, archaeologists, and historians have been captivated by the idea of uncovering its location, but no definitive proof has yet been found. Speculation places Iram somewhere in the vast deserts of the Arabian Peninsula. Some believe it might be buried beneath the Rub al-Khali, also known as the Empty Quarter, one of the largest and least explored sand deserts in the world. Others tie Iram to the ancient incense trade, suggesting it could have been a central hub in the vast network that linked Arabia to Southeast Asia and beyond. The incense trade was a major economic force in the region, with cities flourishing along its routes, and Iram might have been one such city thriving on this prosperity until its sudden and mysterious disappearance. Modern efforts to locate Iram have utilized satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar to search for any signs of buried ruins. While some expeditions have uncovered ancient settlements and artifacts in the region, none have conclusively been linked to Iram. The mystery deepens when considering the possibility that the city's exact location may have been distorted through centuries of storytelling, making its identification even more elusive. Whether Iram was a real, thriving city of the ancient world or a cautionary tale with symbolic meaning, its story continues to fascinate and inspire. It represents not only the allure of lost civilizations, but also the fragility of human ambition and the enduring mystery of the ancient desert. As we leave the shifting sands of Arabia, our journey takes us to the towering peaks of Bhutan, where an unusual creature, the takin, carries with it both a curious appearance and an even more curious legend. Moving forward, we arrive in the mystical landscapes of Bhutan, a country shrouded in spiritual traditions and breathtaking natural beauty. Here, we encounter the takin, a creature so peculiar in appearance that it has left zoologists puzzled and locals enchanted for centuries. Recognized as Bhutan's national animal, the takin looks like a hybrid of several animals with the body of a cow, the face of a goat, and an overall unearthly charm. This enigmatic creature is deeply rooted in Bhutanese folklore, with its origins tied to a fascinating legend involving the revered Tibetan Buddhist saint Lama Drukpa Kunli, known as the Divine Madman. According to the tale, Lama Drukpa Kunli was asked by the people of Bhutan to perform a miracle during one of his travels. In his characteristically eccentric manner, he demanded a whole goat and cow for lunch. After devouring the meal, he combined the bones of both animals, proclaiming his work done. To everyone's amazement, the assembled bones transformed into a living creature which walked off to graze in the meadows. This miraculous creation became what we now know as the takin. While the story may seem fantastical, the creature's unique features make it no less extraordinary in reality. Scientists have long debated its classification, ultimately placing it in the goat antelope family, though its behavior and characteristics continue to defy simple categorization. Some speculate that its unusual adaptations evolved to suit Bhutan's rugged, high-altitude terrain, where the takin roams freely, feeding on bamboo and navigating the steep slopes with ease. Beyond its scientific intrigue, the takin holds a special place in Bhutanese culture, symbolizing the harmony between the people, their spiritual beliefs, and the natural world. Visitors to Bhutan can often spot this revered animal in the wild or at the Motithang Takin Preserve, where efforts are made to protect its population from threats like habitat loss. The mystery of the takin lies not only in its appearance but in the way it bridges the realms of myth and reality, science and spirituality. It stands as a living testament to Bhutan's rich cultural heritage and deep respect for the natural world. As we conclude our encounter with this mystical creature, we turn our attention to another timeless enigma, traveling to India and the extraordinary unfinished Ajanta caves, where art, devotion, and history converge in an enduring puzzle. Now turning to the mesmerizing Ajanta caves in India, we uncover another layer of historical mystery. Tucked away in the rocky cliffs of Maharashtra, this ancient Buddhist site is a masterpiece of artistry and devotion, boasting intricate sculptures, stunning frescoes, and meticulously carved architecture. However, amid its undeniable grandeur lies an unsolved enigma. The reason why some of these caves and their mesmerizing artwork remain unfinished. The Ajanta caves, believed to date back as far as 2,000 years, were painstakingly carved into the basalt rock by skilled artisans and devoted monks. These caves served as monasteries, prayer halls, and vibrant hubs for Buddhist learning. Yet, as you wander through the site, you'll notice an abrupt halt in the progress of certain carvings and paintings, as though the artisans were forced to abandon their work mid-passage. Theories to explain this mysterious interruption abound. Some historians suggest that the caves were left incomplete due to political upheaval, perhaps linked to the decline of the Vakataka dynasty, under whose patronage much of the work was carried out. As royal priorities shifted and funding dwindled, the grand project might simply have been abandoned. Others propose that environmental challenges or a lack of skilled labor may have slowed progress, leaving portions of the site unfinished. Another intriguing possibility relates to shifts in religious practices. As Buddhism began to wane in the region and other faiths rose to prominence, the Ajanta caves may have fallen out of active use, their incomplete shrines and murals left frozen in time. Despite their unfinished state, the completed portions of the caves offer an extraordinary glimpse into the spiritual and artistic ambitions of ancient India. From depictions of the Buddha's life to scenes of celestial beings and everyday life, the surviving artwork showcases a mastery of technique and an unparalleled attention to detail. The use of natural pigments combined with a profound sense of storytelling continues to captivate visitors and scholars alike. The mystery of the Ajanta caves serves as a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human endeavor, a theme that resonates deeply with the Buddhist philosophy these halls were meant to celebrate. As unanswered questions linger, the site stands as both a testament to ancient creativity and a puzzle awaiting resolution. With this enduring riddle in mind, we now venture from the cliffside marvels of India to the icy peaks of the Himalayas, where tales of a fabled golden village spark curiosity and wonder. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we ascend into the icy peaks of the Himalayas to explore the age-old legend of Shambhala, the mythical golden village cloaked in mystery and spiritual allure. Mentioned in ancient texts and whispered across generations, Shambhala is no ordinary settlement. It is believed to be a utopian realm of enlightenment, hidden away from the chaos of the mortal world. This legendary location is said to radiate unparalleled wealth, not just in terms of material treasures but also profound spiritual wisdom. For centuries, Shambhala has captured the imagination of seekers, adventurers, and scholars alike. According to Buddhist traditions, this mystical kingdom is not just a place but a state of being, deeply intertwined with the path to enlightenment. Its location, however, has been a point of fervent debate. Some believe it lies hidden in the remote valleys of the Himalayas, its golden halls protected by snow-capped mountains and treacherous terrain. Others connect Shambhala to regions like Mongolia or Tibet, pointing to ancient maps and cryptic references in texts such as the Kalachakra Tantra. Throughout history, numerous expeditions have ventured into the rugged Himalayan landscape, driven by hopes of uncovering this fabled paradise. Yet, despite countless efforts, no concrete evidence of Shambhala's existence has ever been found. This absence only deepens the mystery, leading some to question whether Shambhala is a physical location at all, or rather a symbolic concept representing inner peace and ultimate wisdom. In Tibetan Buddhism, Shambhala is perceived as a sacred prophecy, a future kingdom that will emerge to restore balance and harmony to a world in turmoil. This spiritual dimension has given the legend a timeless appeal, transcending geographical boundaries and cultural divides. The story of Shambhala serves as both a literal quest for adventurers and a metaphorical journey for those seeking meaning and transcendence. Even today, the allure of an untouched golden village hidden within the Himalayas persists, inspiring art, literature, and endless speculation. Is Shambhala a forgotten kingdom waiting to be rediscovered, or does its true treasure lie in its teachings and the inspiration it provides to those who dare to dream? As we ponder these questions, we descend from the Himalayan heights to investigate another enigma, one that sparkles with ancient curses and untold legends. Our next stop brings us face to face with the Koh-i-Noor diamond, a gemstone as dazzling as it is shrouded in mystery. Now turning to the Koh-i-Noor diamond, we encounter a tale as brilliant as the gemstone itself, yet enshrouded in darkness by whispers of a fateful curse. This dazzling diamond, whose name translates to Mountain of Light, has a history steeped in intrigue, conquest, and unparalleled beauty. First documented in the early history of India, the Koh-i-Noor is believed to have originated from the Kolar mine and was once part of the royal treasures of various Indian dynasties. Its early days were marked by its association with power, as it passed through the hands of rulers who saw the gem as a symbol of divine right and dominion. Over centuries, it adorned the crowns and thrones of empires, from the Mughal dynasty to Persian conquerors, before being claimed by the British during the colonial era. Its journey to Britain occurred in the mid-19th century, when it became one of the most prized possessions of Queen Victoria. However, the Koh-i-Noor's brilliance has always been shadowed by the ominous legend of its curse, a belief that misfortune follows any man who dares to possess it. According to the lore, the diamond carries a prophecy stating that it brings immense power but also great suffering, with the curse only sparing women who wear it. This eerie narrative allegedly explains why the diamond remains part of the British crown jewels and is exclusive to the queens, most famously adorning the crowns of Queen Alexandra, Queen Mary, and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Skeptics argue that the curse is nothing more than a tale spun to dramatize the gem's history, while others believe the stories are rooted in the turbulent fates of its many owners, from dethroned emperors to tragically fallen rulers. Beyond the notion of a curse, the Koh-i-Noor's acquisition by the British has been surrounded by intense controversy, with nations like India and Pakistan calling for its return, citing historical and cultural significance. To this day, the diamond remains locked in one of the world's most famous debates over rightful ownership, simultaneously serving as a symbol of colonial legacy and a reminder of the mysteries still tied to its lustrous facets. Is the legend of the Koh-i nor simply a tale of coincidence amplified by history's conflicts? Or does the diamond truly harbor a supernatural burden for those who claim it? As we leave the sparkle of this storied gem behind, we journey onward to unearth another puzzling artifact: enigmatic stone spheres that have left researchers guessing at their origins and purposes for centuries. Moving forward to the mysterious stone spheres of Asia, we encounter artifacts that have puzzled researchers for generations. Scattered across countries like Indonesia, the Philippines, and parts of Central and South Asia, these perfectly shaped stone spheres vary in size, with some as small as a baseball and others weighing several tons. What makes them especially fascinating is their impeccable symmetry, achieved long before modern tools were invented. The precise methods used to craft these spheres, along with their purpose, remain subjects of intense debate among archaeologists and historians. Some theorize they were created as markers for ancient trade routes or borders, while others believe they served ceremonial or symbolic roles in societies that have long since disappeared. There are even those who speculate that these spheres were used in early forms of astronomy, aligning with celestial patterns to mark the passage of time. Yet others suggest their creation might have been rooted in artistic expression or even as status symbols for powerful leaders. Theories become even more diverse when considering the presence of similar stone spheres in other parts of the world, such as Central America, suggesting a possible cultural connection or parallel development of this enigmatic craft. However, none of these explanations fully unravel the mystery, leaving us to wonder how and why ancient civilizations dedicated such effort to shaping these stones with such precision. Were they simply functional, or did they hold deeper spiritual or cosmic significance? The lack of written records or inscriptions on most of these artifacts only deepens the enigma, making these stone spheres silent witnesses to a past we still struggle to decode. As we ponder the purpose of these cryptic relics, we move on to another enigma that has left historians baffled for centuries: the disappearance of the Bagong pipes, an ancient and puzzling phenomenon that raises even more questions about the advanced capabilities of early civilizations. Now turning to the mysterious disappearance of the Bagong pipes, we find ourselves in the remote Qinghai province of China, near the desolate Mount Bagong. Here lies a site that has sparked both intrigue and controversy: an arrangement of peculiar metallic tubes embedded within the rocks and scattered near a saltwater lake. These tubes vary in size, with some reaching only a few centimeters in diameter, while others stretch several inches wide, and what makes them particularly baffling is their composition. Analysis has revealed that many of these tubes contain a mix of iron and silica, with traces of elements that hint at their incredible age, potentially dating back tens of thousands of years. The existence of these metallic anomalies has ignited a storm of theories, ranging from natural geological phenomena to undeniably advanced ancient technology. Some scientists suggest that the pipes could be the result of natural processes involving tree roots or volcanic activity that left mineral deposits resembling tubes. Others, however, argue that their uniformity, intentional placement, and apparent man-made qualities cannot be explained by natural causes alone. This has led to more provocative hypotheses, including the idea that the Bagong pipes were part of an ancient irrigation or drainage system, crafted by a civilization far ahead of its time. A more speculative fringe theory even proposes connections to extraterrestrial visitors, citing the area's isolation and unusual electromagnetic properties as potential clues. Yet, despite these various interpretations, no conclusive evidence has emerged to definitively solve the mystery of their origin or purpose. Adding to the enigma is the lack of archaeological context. No traditional tools, artifacts, or settlements have been discovered nearby, leaving the pipes as solitary relics of an unexplained past. Whether these formations are natural marvels or remnants of a forgotten age of innovation, the Bagong pipes continue to challenge our understanding of history and human capability. As we leave this perplexing mystery behind, our journey takes us deeper into the cultural impact of such enigmas, exploring how these unresolved puzzles have shaped the art, literature, and folklore of Asia itself. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we shift our focus to the cultural ripples left behind by these unresolved mysteries, which have interwoven themselves into the rich tapestry of Asian culture. These enigmas, with their captivating sense of the unknown, have inspired countless works of art, literature, and oral traditions across the continent. Take, for instance, the story of the lost city of Shambhala. This mythical golden village hidden deep within the Himalayas has not only fueled spiritual exploration, but has also become a recurring theme in ancient texts, modern novels, and even films, symbolizing the quest for eternal wisdom and inner peace. Similarly, the undeciphered script of the Indus Valley civilization has sparked the imagination of writers and historians alike, inspiring narratives that speculate on the lives, beliefs, and aspirations of a civilization that once thrived along the banks of the Indus River. Folklore, too, has embraced these mysteries. The legend of Mount Baekdu's heavenly lake, with its tales of mythical sightings, continues to hold spiritual significance for those in the Korean and Chinese cultures, while also drawing adventurers and dreamers who yearn to uncover its secrets. These unresolved puzzles extend beyond creativity and storytelling, influencing societal perspectives on the past and the future. The advanced water systems of the Khmer Empire, for example, serve not just as an archaeological wonder, but as a reminder of humanity's enduring ingenuity, prompting modern engineers and researchers to study their techniques in hopes of solving today's challenges. Meanwhile, the Koh-i-Noor diamond, steeped in tales of conquest and curses, serves as a stark reflection of colonial history and the ongoing dialogue about cultural heritage and ownership. What is perhaps most fascinating is how these mysteries bridge the ancient and modern worlds, sparking dialogues that connect the values of our ancestors to the aspirations of the present day. They remind us of the vast potential of human creativity and the endless curiosity that drives us to explore the unknown. As these stories of mystery and wonder continue to inspire, they also serve as cultural anchors, ensuring that the past remains an ever-present part of our collective identity. And while we may never solve all the riddles left behind by time, their legacy ensures that they will remain alive in the art, stories, and traditions that define who we are. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we find ourselves reflecting on the countless mysteries we've explored, each one a testament to the richness and complexity of Asia's history. From ancient scripts and lost cities to legendary treasures and enduring enigmas, these stories have not only fascinated us but also sparked a relentless pursuit of answers. They remind us that history is not just a record of what has been resolved, but a living, breathing narrative shaped by the questions that remain. The search for meaning in these mysteries continues to fuel research, inspire creativity, and deepen our understanding of the cultures that shape the world we know today. As the layers of time slowly peel away through archaeological breakthroughs and technological advancements, we inch closer to uncovering the truths behind these enigmas. But for every question answered, new ones emerge, ensuring that the journey of discovery never truly ends. Which of these mysteries do you think will be solved in our lifetime? We would love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed unraveling these mysteries with us, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration of the unknown. Together, let's continue to dive into the wonders of history and the secrets it holds. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next journey.